and welcome to St Mary's London Kids Online. It is so good to have you joining us. My name's Kirstine, and today we have got not one but two fruits of the Spirit for you as we wrap up our series that we've been on over the summer. So why don't we go and join Annabelle and learn about our very first fruits of the Spirit for today's session. Let's go.
What comes to your mind when you think of the word gentleness? Do you think of maybe a feather? Do you think of maybe a teddy bear like this? Or anything else that is soft? Gentleness means when we use soft touches and our soft voices, when we're speaking our soft voices maybe to a little baby. When we are gentle, we are really careful with people and things. Now, gentleness definitely means using soft touches, but it also goes so much deeper than that. God desires us to be gentle in our actions, in our words, and in our minds, in our attitudes. Gentleness is being loving, tender, and calm and humble in the things that you do, and trying to avoid saying harsh or mean things to others, because sometimes that's not easy. It is not an easy thing to do, to be gentle. I think of what it says in the Bible in Proverbs 15:1. A gentle answer turns away wrath, rage, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So when I am gentle with someone, I try and speak the truth in love. But there are times where I don't remember this. Are there times where you may not remember this? That's normal. Sometimes we may use a harsh word instead, or a mean word instead. Gentle words usually calm the situation down. I'm so thankful that God is gentle with us. He's gentle with each and every one of us because he loves us. He shows that he cares for us, and he wants us to do the same with others. Now, it is also important to show gentleness to people we meet, or not just new people that we meet, but also our families, our friends, people that we know. People are fragile and can be sensitive. So God wants us to treat other people with care and gentleness because he loves them just like he loves you. I think we all know what it's like to get our feelings hurt. It doesn't feel nice, does it? I know I definitely don't feel great if somebody has said an unkind word. Showing gentleness to people means that you're trying to think about their feelings first. And one way of being gentle with people is by listening to them when they're upset. How many of you have felt that you've been listened to when you have been upset about something, or when you've felt really hurt? Normally, when we're upset, we want to tell somebody what's on our mind, what's bothering us. And that person listening to us is showing us gentleness. They're being gentle with us. They're really caring about how we're feeling and what is on our mind. The most amazing thing about all of this is that God is gentle with us. He is patient, he is kind, he is loving towards us. And that helps us to be able to do the same to other people. And now I know that all of you wouldn't have a problem with this. I know that you have probably been gentle and kind and listened to others all the time, I'm sure. But if you feel that you might want to do a bit more when it comes to being gentle to others and showing kindness to others, then make it your challenge for this week. or not even just this week, but from now onwards, make it your mission to show gentleness, to be that listening ear.
So gentleness was today's first fruit of the Spirit, and a little bit later on you will find out what the second one is. I wonder if you can guess it. Can you remember all of the ones we've done so far? And which one is missing? See if you can work it out. But we're going to play our game now, and today we're going to play a game of Spot the Difference. So images were going to come up on the screen, and you have to see how many differences can you spot between each image. Are you ready? Let's play. I hope you enjoyed today's game, but it's time now for us to worship.
Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hand. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. He is higher than the skyscraper, and He's deeper than the submarine. He is it's gonna be fun. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way. For your everyday, He's the only way.
The fruit of the Spirit, self-control, is so important, and God is with us every step of the way with this. For example, I absolutely love Maltesers. Love them. And I have at times been tempted to eat every single thing in the box within the first hour of getting it. Is that self-control? No. But now, one way of me practicing self-control with my love of Maltesers is that I might take a few once a day, so I don't have a stomach ache later on. Okay, so that's just one example of practicing self-control. Another example is speaking kindness to someone else that you may not necessarily get on with. Not gossiping, not complaining, using your time wisely, making healthy food choices, or not getting into fights. All of those things are examples of practicing self-control. Now, we are so lucky, we're so blessed. We have God in our lives, so we can be people who are self-controlled in every area of our life. This does not mean, though, that self-control is easy. But as we come to know God more and more, we become more like Him. And therefore, practicing self-control starts to become a little bit easier. Now, self-control is also being in charge of our own feelings, our actions, and our thoughts. Through God's Spirit, He helps us practice self-control. But there will be times where we may lose that control, where we may feel like shouting at somebody because they've said something unkind to us. When that happens, that's when it's time to talk to God and to listen to Him. God is always there for us during our happy times and during our times of sadness. And the great thing about God is that He is always there for us. He always forgives us. He always helps us when we are feeling angry or feeling unhappy about something. He is there for us because He is a loving, loving God. So whenever you're feeling like you are losing a bit of that control of your feelings, speak to God.
Gentleness and self-control, two fruits of the Spirit I definitely need to ask God for more of in my life. We've reached the end of another video for this week, and next week we are going to be back, but we are having a change of scene. We are going to be heading off to space. That's right, everybody. Everybody is joining Space Academy. That's right. The St. Mary's space rocket is getting ready to blast off into space. And we are all going to get to go on the adventure. We're going to find out more about the promises of God and the things that we can see and read in the Bible, but what it also means for our life today. So from next week onwards, we are going to be heading off to space. Get ready, everybody. We will see you then. Take care. Bye.